Oh, got one. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at the mouth of that puppy. I'm going to tie you up a version of ice fish jigging. So I have a Eagle Claw jig hook, size 3/0. And you need some kind of weight to that. So you can use like a cone, brass cones here I'm going to use. You can also use some eyes. And I'm going to mash down my barb. So I've mashed down my barb. I'm going to put in the jig just like that. With the head up. I'm going to insert the small cone hole first. So it slides up to my jig like that. It's not going to sit perfectly. So I'm going to be using barred tiger rabbit strip for the back. I'm going to be using UV ice dub pearl dubbing, which I'm going to brush out on the bottom. And I'm going to use a medium silver wire around the dubbing. And then I can put a hot spot in the front. I have a fire orange I could put in the front. A 400 denier fire orange. Okay, and it'll go back on itself. So it sticks. Okay. Snip off my extra. Slide my cone up to where I want it. And then just start laying down the thread. And I'll be up on the shank. I want to be in front of it. So that's going to be my hot spot. I don't want the thread going all the way up there. I want the thread being down here. There. Okay, so once I got my hot spot tied in, can squish that up a bit. So I know that's gonna go anywhere. I can tie it off. Do whip finish tie off. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure it's tight. Got it. Slide my cone up. Hit it with some head cement. So I got my hot spot. I know it's not going anywhere. And then what I want to do is I'm going to put my dubbing on. I want to tie in some thread in the back. I'm going to use white thread because I'm doing white dubbing behind that. I'm going to brush that out. And then I'm going to put my rabbit fur on the top. This is being the top. So I'm using 210 denier flat waxed nylon thread. I'm going to lay down a base of thread. Back to approximately the bend of the hook. I'm going to snip that. Now this is for pike and walleye. So if you want to make it more durable, you can hit it with a little bit of head cement right now. Makes your fly a little bit more durable. The sharp teeth and the wear and tear that happens makes them last a little bit longer. Spending a lot of money on these materials, you might as well have it last a little bit longer. Okay, we can put a little bit of flash on now. I'm using the blue ultraviolet flash and cut them. I have 4 strands basically. And I can do that off the back side here. sure I got the right length on the side. There. Okay. Go forward a bit. Right. And then take this, capture these strands, and then start bringing it back. There we go. Okay. And then I want to do a wire. So I'm going to use some silver medium wire. Give it a little bit more durability against the teeth of the pike. So I'm going to take the silver wire, I'm going to tie it in. Start getting 3 wraps in, and then start pulling it, and it should straighten out a bit. Okay. Get that tied in good. Good and strong. Okay, and then right about now, you can tie in a rattle. If you want a rattle, walleye and pike respond well to having a rattle on. Alright, there we go. So get your rattle tied in nice and good. Just a flash in, get your wire in. Now you want to make a dubbing loop. So we're going to go back here, make a dubbing loop, and then we'll tie it forward. We'll tie it off. So we'll make a dubbing loop. Okay. Then move your wire all the way to the front. Your thread all the way to the front. We're going to capture your dubbing loop. Inside of your dubbing loop, you're just going to attach your hackle pliers to it. Attach your hackle pliers to your dubbing loop. Got some dubbing wax, you can put that in there. Take some of the UV dubbing material. Take off a bunch here. Okay. Get some dubbing materials in there. Give it a twist up. Kind of spread out your materials a bit so they're not all in one spot. Okay, there we go. And then start palmering on your material. Give it a couple loops at the back. And you don't want it to be too full, because then it just looks stupid. You want it to be sort of a little bit sparse, so that it looks nice when it's done. Less is more sometimes. Capture it at the top. It's not going to look perfect, but I'm going to brush it out so it's going to look better if it's brushed. Okay. And it's not a bad idea to put a half hitch in there at this point in time to help secure it a bit. Okay, there. So you don't lose all the work you did. Or brush it out. So you want all this stuff to kind of hang to the bottom, eh? You don't need any of that stuff on the top, because that's where your fur is going to go. You gotta get that stuff pulled down, give it a little bit of a tug so it pulls down to the bottom more. Okay, now we're going to get our fur on there. So we're going to take some barred green rabbit strip. So this is your front, that's your back. So you want to measure it out basically. You're going to tie it in up here, and you want the tail to go back about one length of the shaft. So we want to go back another shaft. So we want to cut our fur about here. So we're going to pull the fur forward like this. We're going to cut the skin about here. And cut. It's going to sort of imitate a pike pattern. We're going to pull off some of the fur off the front. Grab some fur. Pull it off. And pull it away. And then we're going to cut it at an angle so that's easier to tie in. Cut it on an angle so it's like a triangle. And it'll be easier to tie in. There. So that's going to go in there like that. It's going to come out here. And then my hook shank is going to end up about here. So I want to poke the fur through at about, let's just tie it in like that. It's going to be underneath. Tie it in good. And then my hook shank is going to go like right about there. It's going to come out there. I'm going to get it basically in the middle. Preferably. There we go. Like so. Okay. So this is going to go in the cone like that. Fill up that space in the cone. This is going to go like that. Tie on the rabbit fur now. So that, grab it, grab it, grab it. Tied some rubber legs to kind of imitate fins. Two or three wraps. And pull it forward. Repeat on that side. Grab it that way. There you go. Something else to tantalize them. And then you can just do a little bit of dubbing just to fill in that little area there. It may not like too much. Those legs out of the way. There we go. Do a twist. Okay, make sure your legs aren't getting caught. Okay, pull back your legs And then put your dummy in there. Just to kind of fill that space in. There, capture it. 1, pull tight. 2, pull tight. 3. 1 in front, pull tight. 2 tight. Okay, got your dubbing thing. Get that wet with your saliva. Pull the fur forward as much as possible. Okay, and then hang it from the bottom there. Okay, now we're going to do our wire. So try to get your wire through this stuff without, hold that in place without screwing up the stuff too much. So that first wire goes like that. Do it twice there. Okay, try to get it to hang right. And then divide your fur up in. And then go through the wire again. Capture your wire. Go that way. And just finish. You're done. So, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Pull your legs down and then just cut them evenly. These are going to be like your what do you call those? Fins. You're going to flutter around and drive the fish crazy. And then we just brush it out a bit. Yes, this is my bottom. This is where I really want a lot of the white dubbing to be. That was just a little bit on the top. That's the bottom part. Just like that. And that should work pretty good. You hear it? It has a rattle in it. If you liked the video, remember to push the subscribe button, the like button, and push the notification bell so that you can find out when my videos are posted. Thanks, and see you on the ice.